Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you, Annie, for those kind words. And very good afternoon. Are you guys still awake? I'm sure you are. With those lovely deliberations happening, I'm sure it's a great start. Once again, thank you, Annie, and thank you, Doctor, for those lovely moments there. I want to start off with a question. In this auditorium here in the Pink City, which always amazes me to be in Jaipur because I connect royalty to two places in the country. One, of course, the East India Company taking shape in Calcutta, which you call Kolkata now. And of course, the next is the royalty the country has is Jaipur. Yeah? And in this auditorium, if you take a look to your right on those four things on top there, and then to your left, so those four things up there. Can anyone tell me what those are? Okay, young man, what's your name? Viraj, tell me. Brilliant, give that man a big hand. Give him a better hand, come on, make him happy. Thank you so much, and how did you know that? Great going. Well, when I walked in today morning, so that was not me, okay, who came in last night, and I didn't place them on both the corners. They are from my hometown. I have two hometowns. I was born and raised in Shillong, which was the old capital of Assam, and then I moved. So we have two places simultaneously, and I didn't come in last night and place those. So it was such a pleasing moment to see my traditional headwear up on both the sides here in Jaipur. With that, a very good afternoon once again. You guys look very happy. I saw you all in the morning when you all are coming in. So that gives me a lot of positivity to begin what I thought I will share with all of you and also learn from you in the process. And that's why I love engaging with a young audience, because there's so much to take away from all of you. On that good note, how many of you can do a few simple things for me? Can you do a click? How? Good. I'm very pleased. Very good. Can you do something like? Oh, you're very good. You're very good. Thank you very much. Can you stamp your feet now, slowly? Okay, good. Fantastic. Oh, that's me behind, huh? Uh-huh. Now, can I have quick 5 volunteers to move these chairs very silently to this corner? Who will help me? Come on. And then 2 volunteers for the table to kindly move it there. I could have done it myself, but I'm not wasting time. We are 10 minutes late. Okay. I thought I would tell you that it's still very important to see, think, feel, hear, and imagine. In the world of AI, which all of you keep talking about, and technology and machines, it still amazes me that you have to have that time in the day to, how many of you spend quality time with yourself? That's impressive. Seriously? Seriously? Oh, I can't hear you. Yes. You spend quality time with yourself and not with the phone after you go back from school. Oh, I'm very pleased. You don't get to hear that yes very often these days because everyone's busy with the toy, and that's not spending quality time with yourself. So you do spend time with yourself. You ask yourself a few questions like Doctor said, huh? And you look for answers deep within, yeah? Yes or no? Oh, that is very impressive. I have nothing to share then. And you every day ask yourself different questions, don't you? And you try to ask different questions and you get different answers. Is that a yes or a no? Yes. Yes, very impressive. So despite artificial intelligence, as it is, the name itself is like that, artificial, mind you, AI. So my point is, in 2024, You still have to do original thinking, my dear. Please don't forget this golden norm. Because if you feed rubbish to the AI, what will you get? What will you get? Of course, you know that. So in order to feed the AI something which is intelligent, all of you have to think differently. Do you agree with me? It's only, especially people who are doing computer science, it's only the patterns, things that fall into pattern. Of course, you can't do without technology. I can't do without technology. You can't do without technology. The world can't do without technology. That's why it's progressing, of course. But keep it to your stride. Keep it to the tilt that it makes your life a little easy. Don't go for too much of comfort, my dear. That's a killer. But you have to feed the AI with something that is of quality. And that quality comes from? That quality comes from whom? From your? Brilliant people. That comes from your mind. Then you feed the machine, and of course, the machine makes it a little easier. If I today have to do a report of 2,000 pages, I just copy and put it onto an AI engine, and it comes back with 2 pages of notes for me to brush it up. Of course, I love it. But that doesn't mean that I use that all the time. That's for patterns, my dear. Don't get confused. That's for everything that falls into pattern, like the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in Delhi. 2 floors are run by AI, robos. They know exactly how to check your pressure. They exactly know how to check your pulse. It's a pattern. Everyone doesn't want to fall into patterns, do you? You have to be original. And for that, I begin by saying that, my dear, it's very, very good to think once in a while. Do you agree? So please don't forget. That's the first point. Purpose. Your purpose dominates the method. That's what I thought I'll share with all of you. If you're sure about the purpose, it definitely dominates the method that you're thinking of taking up. You agree with me? Do you agree with me? Thank you very much. Now, to make things going, like I said, we already 10 minutes, downtime already for me, but okay, we good. Doesn't matter. But I was thinking that doctor takes more questions because that's very, very important. Your mental state. We didn't hear of words like depression and all that, my dear. Let me share that. I'm pretty ancient. You know my name? What is it? My short name? How impressive. I'm very happy to hear that. What did you say that was? Can you spell that for me? Oh, no wonder. You saw that there. Dcom. I'm a little ancient. I came before Ecom. Okay? So you can't forget that. I'm a little ancient. But my point is, how many of you have performed on a stage? Very impressive. And do you have cockroaches running on your belly before you have to go into the performing area? Yes? Like doctor said, that people who say, oh, I don't have any fear, that's a mistake. I have dolphins running in my stomach. When Annie was giving me the hint that in the next 2 minutes, Dcom, you are up, I had dolphins running. But now to see happy faces, it's better, okay? So you saw that the chairs are missing now, and so is the table. So I'm going to ask for a little volunteering in the next 5 minutes. But before we go up on stage, did Jaipur have rains? I heard it did. Oh, yes. How many of you like the rains? I like it because it's cool. Well, I come from a small, I can't call it small anymore. Too many cars now. Like, I come from a small hamlet called Shillong, like I said. I used to love the rains. I come from the mountains. And it takes me a long time to reach Jaipur, the royalty. So I'm very fond of the rains. Now, what I said in the beginning, if all of you can help me, is everyone with me? Oh, I can't hear you. So everyone's with me. Now, I'm going to show you a few things, and you will try and repeat that initially, and then I will give you a count, and you will begin. Is my message clear? Right? Are you ready? And before we start this, can you all please rise for me without making noise? I know those chairs, but brilliant. So considering the fact that all of you are ready, okay? You ready? Now very quietly take your seats back. Without noise. That's just to ensure that all of you are awake. Okay, now the first step is all of you will... Super. That's action number one. Second, you will birth the fingers. Faster. How lovely. You guys are experts. Thank you very much. So you know the task number two. Third task, a little easier. Maybe can you put your hands on your thighs and... Wow. Thank you. Shh. Last. Shh. Brilliant. Now, okay? My first count, you know what to do? Okay, good. When I say 2, you know what to do? Oh. No, not now. When I say 2. When I say 3, you know what to do. And when I say 4, lovely. I wish I could go up and see you guys, but I'm good here. Faster. Give a big hand. What was that? What was that? No. The Jaipur rains. Yes or no? And how brilliantly you all created that inside this Audi. Isn't it? Yes or no? Lovely rains, the Jaipur rains, isn't it? Big hand for all of you, come on. Now that's exactly the power of creation. Simple, isn't it? Wasn't that simple? But when you did it together, wasn't that magical? Yes or no? So that's exactly, I was doing a master's research work in a place called Japan where Annie is very familiar with. She was a coach and head of a school there. Now, one of my professors asked me that, I hear Satya-san, that's what they say, san in Japan, that you like to do a lot of creative things, you sing and you act and all that. But can you tell me, what is your understanding of being creative? And here I was, trying to bite my upper lip, I racked my brain and thinking, now what to tell Professor about being creative? I wanted to say that yes, I am creative, but that didn't suffice, no? I had to answer. He says, what is your understanding of being creative? Can anyone tell me before I tell you what he told me? Yeah.
Thinking out of the box. Thinking out of...
Thinking out of the box. Good one. Anyone else wants to try this? All right. Come on.
Always having doubts about something to find something new.
When you have doubts, to find something new is being creative. Yeah. Anyone else want to try it?
The ability to do something your own way.
The ability to do something your way. I'm liking the answers.
Having a slightest different perspective regarding the simplest thing possible.
Come again.
Like you have a little different perspective regarding even the simplest things.
Anyone else? I like that. Different perspective of even the simplest things. Wonderbar. Yes, my dear.
So basically the creativity word itself defines what does it mean. Create and witty. So basically the witness of a person, the wittiness of a person to create something new is creativity.
What's your name? Shagun. Oh, brilliant. You guys are brilliant, man. You should come and take some sessions elsewhere. Now guess what he told me? Yes, my dear, settle in, settle in. He told me that if you can make something complex, anything which is complex, if you can make it simple, that exactly is creativity. And I still have it very close to my heart. So I try to keep things. Thank you, simple indeed. And I realized over the years that it's the most difficult thing to do. To keep things. Do you agree with me? So it's good for me to go forward now then. I told you about the purpose. So always think through your own thinking skills, which you all have, and try to figure out a solution which is doable. And like the Jordan, if you fail, keep thinking. Seek good feedback. These are things that are already being discussed. Seek good feedback, okay? And then reanalyze. And then, who knows you the best? Sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry, I can't hear you. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm a little hard of hearing, so I'm loud. So I can't hear you. Brilliant. Who knows you better than yourself? So please ask. Then am I going the right way? Can I actually settle down for this solution? The inner you will tell that yes. But for that, you need to spend. Oh my goodness, I love you already. Quality time with yourself. Once a year? Once in 6 months? Can't hear you? Please don't forget that. Very simple thing. But I hope despite your busy schedules, you still have to take out a little time for yourself. Ask those questions. Where am I heading to? How many of you have asked yourself what you're good at? Great, I'm happy, I'm impressed. What are you bad at? Oh yes. I'm bad in too many things, don't follow. but I'm also good enough for you. All right? Very, very important again. You must be still wondering, and there are certain things you can't do. You agree, right? Like, you can never lick the outside part of your elbow. You can't lick. Okay? So those are things that you can't. How many of you are trying? Ah. So those are the ones who think that let's give it a shot no matter what. You can't. Don't try too hard. So these are things that you can keep aside. But I'm glad for people who tried. Okay? And there are certain things that you can do. Do it. And if it thinks that it suits you, do it more. A lot of examples on who's subject-wise back in school. And if I go back to my school days, I was not a number man. I was not very good with numbers, like many of you are not. You agree with me, right? But 2 plus 2 is? Come on. 5. That's a different ball game. So I was bad with numbers. Maybe in class 7 I got a 07. In 8, 08. Believe you me, I'm not joking. And we had brothers teaching us in this missionary school, which was being discussed, but our canes those days were dipped in oil. From fat ones to very thin ones, we were made to choose. Take your pick, Frankie boy. Your loss will be my gain. And then you thought that the slimmer ones will get less hurt, and that was one of the most nastiest strokes that used to land up where the sun rays don't fall, okay? And those were called benders in our days, so you used to bend down. And there it keeps going. But that never improved my math. I was still very nasty at it. So then I realized when I grew up, I'm still trying to grow, you know. Like my mother keeps telling me, your son's grown, boy. Grow up. Till date, believe you me. And I always keep telling her, Ma, I'm trying. I'm trying very hard. If I succeed or not, that's a different ball game. So as I was growing up, I realized that here, I'm not blaming the education. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not into the blame game. But I am trying to tell you that we spend so much of time in improving what we are bad at that we barely have time to spend in what we are. I love you. We are not trained that way, man. If you're good at something, give it more time. No one tells you that. But you know it. You just said, huh? Did you just say that we don't have time for the good things? If you're good at something, please spend some more time and make it even better. And better and better. But we spend so much of time in improving a little in what we are bad at, takes away a lot of time and energy. You agree with me, right? So, you have to focus. Now, I'm not saying don't improve your math. You have to pass school. Huh? But I also spend my midnight oil in getting a pass mark for my math. So I didn't flunk, luckily. And so that's a different ball game. So please spend time also in what you're very good at to further improve. You remember that, right? And now the stage is empty. I'm looking at, now let me tell you what I want you to do. I want you to do everything very quietly, because I know that you are masters at it. The way you stood up, the way you sat down without making noise. Even the coaches, the school coaches, feel free to join them. But I want, at least, can I just go up and check the space once again? I actually want you all to make a circle here. And I want you to come sit on this space with your legs. Can I show you? It's clean, okay? We got it mopped. It's just that I have clean souls. So I want you to come and settle down on stage with your feet up like this. And then make a circle. So I want all the feet to be joined. Two. So the inner circle is smaller. And if you sleep, your hands make a bigger circle. Clear directions? Now I'm looking at volunteers. Come on. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. Gonna get bright, sunshine day. How many of you know this song? Here, sit down. Now, I said silently, my dear, come on, doesn't matter. Extend your legs so that there's a circle. I'm looking at a sweet circle, my dear. How nice. Uh-oh. Expand the circle now. Quietly. Wow. Come on. Okay, you all are the inspectors, okay? You're school inspectors. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you got inspectors, man. Now I want these feet to join so that it's a good circle. But I'm so blessed. I feel very blessed that in today's world, when people say that these young ones don't listen, what rubbish. Of course they do. Look how silently you're... what? This for me? You want me to join, huh? Come on, fill this gap. Fill this gap up, please. All right. Oh, there's someone I remember since morning. The girl from Jamaica. Yeah, Alicia, right? Hey, not bad, man. I'm getting old. All right. No, sweet circle. I've been telling this. Come on, you come forward. Adjust. There's a thing called adjust. Hello, with this, my dear, can you see us? People who are there? I'm sorry we couldn't. I would have loved to accommodate everyone here, like you all made the rains in Jaipur together. But this is just to let you know that if you put things in a very simple perspective, see what you can do. Look at the magic. That's in about 2.5 minutes. I think this is a lovely circle, isn't it? At the count of 3, now listen very carefully. I love you all already. At the count of 3, for this lovely circle, clap 5 times. At the count of 1, 2, 3. You're getting there. Who clicked? Who clapped the 6th time? Doesn't matter. We're only interested in the 5 claps. At a count of 3, we shall clap for 5 times. 1, 2, 3. Couldn't have been a better audience. Couldn't have been a better set of students. How great. Now I want you all to put your hands to your toes. Doesn't matter. Now, when I say, now you know of technology, you know what hydraulic is, right? Our days, a very fancy tape recorder, which must be something very, very ancient for you all. If you press the eject button, the cover falls very slowly. The hydraulic system. So I want you all to put your hands as far as you can reach. And when I say 3, just slowly in a hydraulic manner, raise them and then extend it to your back and lie down. Doable? Simple. What is there behind? I love you. You know what he said? We can't go back, but we can try for you, little tenderly. Tenderly, huh? Don't hurt yourself, my dear. Now put your hands over, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Count of 3, slowly. I hope it happens together, like a flower blooming. 1, 2, 3, slow. Ray, oh my. Come on, go down, doesn't matter. I'm there to help you if you fall. Hey, hello, doesn't matter. Shoot it back. Help him, neighbors. Now the people who are here are thinking, put your hands back, relax. Who's told you to keep it hanging? Relax. Now if I tell them that now is the time to go relax and go to sleep, they'll be very happy. Look at the smile. Look at the naughty smiles. Let's see the naughty smiles. Oh, yes. But what I'm trying to tell all of you here is, they can't see themselves. Of course, they can see their neighbors. But at a count of 3 now again, in a very sweet hydraulic manner, they will rise and they'll bloom again. Now, when they are done to where they started, you're going to make them happy. Okay? Can't hear you. 1, 2, and 3. Slow. Slow down, Linda. So what I'm trying to tell you is, the whole thing is, now I'm coming to that. If you can very slowly, without making noise, rise. No noise. That's one thing I fear. Annie, am I okay with time? Yeah, I'm going to wind up. So, I think make a semicircle. Come on, join here. Make a front circle, one behind, for the people there to know. Come behind me. And I also want you all to rise on your seats, because I also have to take questions. But did you realize that in a very sweet environment, hello, are you with me? Yes. In a very sweet environment, if you take directions proper, you can do magic. Do you agree with me? Did you see how the flower was blooming? Oh my goodness, I haven't seen a flower bloom like this so sweetly. And then the Jaipur rains. We're gonna end it how we began. Is that okay? But now the point is, why I made them do that is, as you live your life, I'm going to ask you a question, and you're not going to answer. You're not going to raise your hand, but you're just going to nod if you know. When you breathe, which is so very important, see, think, hear, feel, and imagine. Do you know what happens to your breadbasket, the stomach? When you breathe in, does it come out or does it go in? Don't try. Like some of you are still trying to lick your elbow. I saw that. Doesn't matter. That's something you can't do. But does it go in or does it come out? How many of you know the answer? I said not to raise hands and you're raising hands. This is the pattern. Exactly the pattern. So if you ask a question, if you know, you're supposed to raise your hands. Did you see that magic? That how patterns work? Exactly. Because I clearly told you all that if you know the answer, but what is the pattern? If you know the answer, raise your hands. And of course, I'm not saying it's good or bad. And you all did it. You all raised your hands. Because you know the answer. But mind you, everyone didn't raise their hands. So some of you, I love your honesty, my dear. At least you are not sure what happens. And that is something you have to know to have a better life. That's keeping you alive. The way you're breathing. Now put your hands slowly. Demo. I'm like a yoga instructor. Put your hands here. Softly, okay? Count of 3, breathe in. Breathe out. Once again. I like the smiles. No one tells you to do these funny things, isn't it? But now tell me exactly. Now you can raise your hands. How many of you agree that when you breathe in, your stomach goes in? Raise your hands. So when you breathe in, your stomach goes in. How many of you agree to that? From the experience that you just had? Okay, put your hands down. And how many of you agree that when you breathe in, your stomach contracts? When you breathe in, does it come out or does it go in? How many of you say it goes out? Of course, the rest. A few hands left, which will say yes, it goes. So see, that's the magic, my dear. You have to be, like I began, you have to be aware of a few things. See, think, hear, feel, think, and imagine. You have to be aware of a few things. At least what happens to your body when you breathe in. Vital thing, no? Oh my God. This you won't forget. When you breathe in, when you take the air in, it bloats out. And when you release, it contracts. Yeah. So now put your hands here. Here, on the sides. And now release it. See? Aha, she says. All right, on that good note, give a big hand to them, please, for making the flower bloom, for getting you the perspective of what actually happens to your body when you breathe in and when you breathe out. Such an important exercise. Very quietly, my dear, go back to your seats. You've been lovely. And keep clapping as you go. Run back now, come on, without making noise, keep clapping. I said, keep clapping and go back to your seats. How nice. Why did you stop clapping? You tired? Bigger one. Lovely, lovely. I think you're not very convinced. If you like a rose blooming, clap. Great. Sit down. So with that, I actually guaranteed myself an applause, isn't it? Oh my God, what a nasty man. I did generate an applause for myself, huh? Not bad in the process. My dear young ones, what a delightful moment it was to be a part of your happiness. And like we began, on a very creative note, we shall likewise end. There are so many things to share, my dear, so many things to learn from you. But since time's ticking away, I'm the young man, the CEO, and his team is ready. I can see the scholars already taking their seats. And he's hitting me that, come on, Dcom, wind up. And I am going to wind up now. And I'm going to wind up the way we all began, with the Jaipur rains. So never forget that if you think together, you can create magic. Let's have Jaipur rains once again. You remember the count? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll silently do those counts, and you'll once again, make everyone happy, including me, with your rains. Soft. How lovely. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, and all you young minds, what a delight it was to be a part of your happiness today. Thank you for being a part of my happiness, and including how you shared to be such a lovely, sweet, creative lot here in Jaipur. Thank you, and I love you very much. Annie.